Hello. Please excuse a lot of things. I literally just tied my hair back because I don't even know what's in my hair. It feels like jam, but I haven't had jam today, so I don't know what it is. And also, I feel like my eye's really weird. It feels really weird, so please excuse my eye. So, as I hope a lot of you all know, on this Sunday it is Christmas. I'm sorry, this is a bit all over the place today, I'm sorry. Why did it sound like that? Was it a bike? I don't know. Why did it sound like you were going past the front and back of the house at the same time? Anyway, carry on. Ow. That really hurt my leg. It didn't. Don't worry. Why did I say it hurt my leg when it didn't? Ah! Anyway. Control your driving, mate. So, anyway, let's get back on track. So, Christmas pantomime. Do a nice Christmassy video. What is that person doing? There's someone driving. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but they're driving. But they're just like driving around like. That's my car impression. It sounds awful. Anyway. There. Nice sensible driving. Thank you. Anyway, so Christmas pantomimes. It has become a meme of how much Americans do not know about the Christmas pantomime. So basically, I say it's like if you asked me like years ago, I'd have said, oh, it's like a play, but it's really like a bit of everything. It's comedy, song, celebrities sometimes. Well, most of the time. Usually in the smaller one, it's just like a drama group. But anyway, but why do I feel like my lips are really dry? But usually it's a story like Cinderella is a very popular one, and Snow White. But Cinderella, wow, there are so many Cinderella pantomimes. Aladdin, not so popular.
Viewfinder, 249, 250.
No, I don't want the viewfinder. I just trying to scratch my nose.
Video stabilization. Pause record. Stop video button.
Right.
Double tap to
Thank
activate.
you. Anyway, so now I'm gonna have people thinking I'm stopping the video. I'm not stopping the video. So basically, Aladdin, sometime. Jack and the Beanstalk, also a very popular one. So basically it's like fairy tales and but it's very hard to explain. Basically it's this thing every Christmas, so every December or January where I live for some reason. You go to a theatre and you just watch people do strange things. I can't think of an American equivalent. But anyway, let's actually get into the story because there are quite a few visual gags in pantomime, but because I'm blind, I cannot watch that. So when I was little, what we do when we went to the school, not the school pantomime, basically in the UK, I don't know if every school does this, but my primary school definitely. Every year we'd either have someone come into the school and do a pantomime. I say someone, it'd just be like a group of people, but we'd have people come in and do a pantomime, or we'd go to a theatre to watch a pantomime. But what they do is they let me go backstage and we'd say feel the props, and that sounds pretty weird actually. But that's what we used to call it. Basically go around and have a look at the props. Meet some of the cast, which was pretty cool. and then depending on them, sometimes I'd be sat with my friends, sometimes I'd be sat like in like a private area. It's very strange. That sounds really weird. You know what I mean? So like a different part of the, I'm going to say cinema then, theatre. So we're going to start with Snow White when I was 5. At the reception, I'm sorry, I feel like my lips are really chapped, so I'm going to have to pause this because I have lip balm and I'm going to have to put that on because I feel like my lips are really chapped. But then it's really like oily lip balm and it's kind of like really make my lips feel weird. But anyway, my lips feel really chapped. I'm going to have to pause the video,
Pause recording
sorry.
button.
Okay, that sort of helped. Not that much. Just make my lip feel really weird now and taste really weird because
Viewfinder.
no, I don't want the
1.0 times.
viewfinder.
Video stable. Pause recording button. Double tap to activate.
It just made my lips feel really weird now because it like tastes really weird because it's sweet as well. But anyway, when I was 5, first time I went to a pantomime ever. Should I say where the pantomime was? No, probably not. So I'm not gonna say where the theatres were. Oh, sorry,
Pause recording.
I'm back now. I had to scratch my nose, sorry. Basically, what's wrong with my nose? Anyway, I'm gonna have to pause this again, sorry. I'm so sorry for those of you who are still watching. This is everywhere, I'm so sorry. So, so it was Snow White, and, what am I doing to myself? I met the Wicked Queen. She also had a lizard, which is strange, but anyway. Was it a frog? I can't remember. If you'd seen my video I did, I think it was last Wednesday, about the Muppets Family Christmas. If you'd seen that, then you'll know why I'm laughing. But basically, they kept calling Kermit a lizard. He is a frog. Anyway, so she had like a lizard or a frog, I can't remember. And they had like custard pies, but they were made out of like polystyrene when I went there. But I think they actually had real custard pies. Also, when Snow White falls asleep, because yes, she does fall asleep in this one. When she fell asleep, it was, what's going on? It was in like this fancy glass bed. It was really cool. But the one very impractical thing was the pillows were balloons. So yeah, she just flat down, bang, bang, bang. No, I don't know what happened. Anyway, so that's sort of very weird. I don't really remember this one very well. Sorry. I will tell you though that obviously the Queen had her magic mirror, so it was either mirror, mirror on the wall or magic mirror on the wall. You know the Mandela effect. So yeah. But in the mirror at one point it was Justin Fletcher who, if you don't know who he is, then we know you're not British. But he did a lot of British kids TV. He still does. He still does a lot of British kids TV. And so when he showed up, all the kids were just like, "Oh my god, it's Justin!" And I didn't actually meet him, but he was there. I think there were quite a few celebrities there, according to my mum. But anyway, let's go to the year 1 pantomime. So this was Cinderella. I think this was a different theatre. I don't know. I can't remember. But now there were two Cinderellas in a row, so I might be getting these two confused. But at this one, the really cool thing was Cinderella obviously had her coach that she went to the party. You know what I mean. Oh, the neighbour's shouting at their dog now. Very rude. Anyway, so they had the party. I'm gonna call it that because when I was little and I used to hear them call it a ball in a ballroom, I literally thought it was a room with like a ball in the middle for some reason. So yeah. So they had the coach and I actually got to sit on the coach, which Shirley, I'm busy. Sorry about that. I was eating. And I feel like I have cake in my eye. I don't want cake in my eye. Anyway, sorry, I had to investigate my eye and I couldn't find anything. So yeah, let's carry on. So I got to sit in the carriage and no one else got to do that. None of the other kids got to do that and I did. So yeah, there's a picture somewhere of me sat in the carriage and I have no idea where it is. Bearing in mind this was 10 years ago. Wow. Then when I was 7, I was sort of upset when I went to one when I was 7 because I'm so sorry, I don't know what's in my eye. But I couldn't go with my friend, and also they made me sit in like you know the sort of preserved bit at the back. They made me sit there, so yeah. I won't be with my mates. I know that you're not supposed to talk. Well, you can in pantomimes, but isn't it so much better when you go to theatre and you're with your mates instead of just like being at the back? I'm so sorry about that. Very rude. I keep getting interrupted, and you don't want to look at a fruit shoot bottle. I'm so sorry. It's very disrespectful in this house. People keep interrupting me. Anyway, so like I said, isn't it just like better when you're at the theatre with your mates instead of like on your own? I was abandoned by everyone. It's very rude. But basically, I remember this one because they had like a little water gun. They had a slightly bigger water gun, and they had a fire hose. I'm sure you can guess what they did. They fired it into the audience, and I only got a drop of water on me, so yeah. And I was right at the very back, and they were like, "Oh, we got one though," and reached right at the very back, and it was like this fire hose, and I did not get wet, so yeah. I can't really remember that one very well. So let's go to year 3 one. I got to take a friend with me to this one, so yeah. It was Jack and the Beanstalk, and obviously for Jack and the Beanstalk they had the giant, but they didn't actually have like a person on stilts or anything. It was like an inflatable hand and inflatable foot. So yeah. Also, me and my friend got to stand in the giant's fist because why not? Why not? Also, they had a giant donut, which donut. We met the cow, Daisy. Daisy the cow. And they had I forgot what the weights are called, but you know the weight where it's like two massive things on the end and then it's a bar in the middle. They had one of them, and the guy lifted it up, and he had me have my hands on it, so I was also lifting it up, and he let
Connect
go.
to open Wi-Fi network. BTW Wi-Fi.
Very rude. How dare the Wi-Fi be so disrespectful and interrupt me? Everyone's interrupting me. Getting no respect in this house. Anyway.
Tops. KFC has opened in Macclesfield. Message. Tops. KFC has opened in Macclesfield.
I'm sorry about that. Being interrupted by everything. The Wi-Fi, people in this house, KFC. I mean, KFC. It's KFC, so yeah. I love KFC, but anyway. Oh, I got an itchy nose again. Right. I will not be distracted. No itches, no KFC, no cars. Ow! Anyway, so, where was I? Oh yeah, so this guy, he lifted up the thing, but my hands were on it, and he let it go, so I was holding up this, like, heavyweight thing, there. My ear's itchy. I know I said no itches, but yeah, my ear's itchy, so I'll be back in a minute. This is awful, I'm so sorry. Yep. Then, we watched it. It was a very good pantomime. Then in the interval, because obviously we couldn't see the beanstalk when it was the actual start of the show, so me and my friend, we went backstage again, and I think this was like for straight after. No, it wasn't for straight after. It's like just before the interval. I can't remember. I think it's either straight after or just before, where they had this little, like I say, they had like little gun fights, but it's like this bucket of wallpaper paste, and there was a fairy godmother. I can't remember what actually happened in most of the show, but there was a fairy godmother. I can't English today. There was a fairy godmother, and so we got to meet the fairy godmother, and I think this was just like a stage manager or something. I do not know a lot about theatre, sorry. So, this guy that was working there anyway, he went to get me and my friend selection boxes, and the fairy godmother said to me, this sounds really weird, she's like, put your hand in the... She's like, put your hand in the wallpaper paste, scoop some out, and then when he comes back, splat it in his face. And I got like wallpaper paste all over his nose. It was really funny. Because you don't need to ask me twice to do something like that. And also one of my friends, not the one that I went to trip with, one of my other friends from school, he got to go up on stage and he also got a selection box. So yeah, selection boxes for everyone. Not really, just literally the three of us. The two of us that went backstage before the show, and the one that went on stage in the show, so yeah. Also, for whatever reason, they had like this sort of Lego theme, so they were singing Everything is Awesome, because the Lego movie came out. I was going to say that movie then. So they were just like, everything is awesome, everything is cool, and you're part of the team. That's going to be stuck in my head now. But they had like people with really weird voices doing it. So like, everything is awesome, everything is cool, and you're part of the team. It was so weird. So yeah. In year 4 we had a company come to the school. That was a pretty boring play, if I'm gonna be totally honest. It was Robin Hood. It wasn't like bad, but it wasn't good. The next one, the theatre we went to, I don't even know which theatre it was, but they were very rude. They would not let me go backstage, which is incredibly rude. Anyway, and then the last one we're going to talk about today, because I am bored right now. The last one we're going to talk about is the year 6 one. So it was Snow White, and it was another one where the company came to the school, but they had this really cool feature where they played Human by Rag and Bone Man, but they had like this door in the set where they opened it and it went to the forest scene, and it was really cool. And they showed me just before the thing. They didn't actually play the song, but they were like, we're going to play this song. And they're like, don't tell anyone. And I'm like, I won't. And yeah, that is it for the pantomime thing. I'm so sorry that this kept getting interrupted. I will upload this now, and I'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye.